to the king, Wes the King. How are we doing, brother?
Hey guys, how are y'all? How are y'all?
Big up, Wes.
Good, geezer.
How you
All
doing,
good.
Wes?
What have you got to say about today's performance, brother?
It was a good performance, but I agree a lot with Stell. Like I think we shouldn't think about this. This was a poor team. Let's be for real. Like some of the types of shots and stuff I was seeing was like, okay, yeah, there's not. It's not a team that was really giving us really crazy problems. They had some good moments though, especially coming, I think, mainly from that winger number 11 that they had on that team. He was really one of the main players with any kind of quality to show up for him that night. Um, but I think overall, I think this just gives more confidence, hopefully, to our players, get us back into form. So this is great by Zavi. Zavi, that's the most I've seen him look so active. He was really, really doing a good job throughout that game. I like the work Kudus was doing. I still think he holds the ball too long. I really do. He holds the ball a little too long. I want him to release that and then go for a run, and then he's going to get the ball back if more times than not if he plays like that. Kind of like what Zavi does. Zavi, he does like a little one touch, then he'll go for the run and he gets the ball back and it creates something. And I just want to see more of that probably with Kudus as well. I think Odebear did decently. Of course, midfield did decently as well. There's some moments we probably could have did more. I think we did get. We got some good run, but I wish we kind of scored more in the transition of the offense. We got most of our goals came from just mistakes from the other team, especially with the on goal as the first goal, and the other two being penalties. I wish to see more goals in the run of play. I would have actually liked, 'cause that would have really told you where we're at when it comes to how we're playing the system and everything. So. But hey, you can't really too much complain because we needed to get 3 points out of this one just to put us good for the table, especially when I think we got to finish up against Dortmund in the Champions League. So we got to really show up for that game because I don't think it's going to be as quick as or easy to play. It's still Dortmund. That's a good team. And most of the play, I think they just got a little bit more higher quality wingers than what we do on attack. So we really got to be ready for them defensively. But other than that, it was a good game. I'm happy that we got the 3 points. It's gonna happy that we played well. A lot of our key players scored and at least saw the ball go in the back of the net. So that was good for their confidence. I do want to talk about Richarlison. Richarlison.
Oh, Stell's favourite subject.
Man, that's a no. I agree so much with Stell. Hey, Stell, I agree with you so much, man. The blanks he was missing is just insane. Like he would just He's snuffing easy tap-ins, that I think Solanke would have just dreamed of having. Somebody like so. I can't wait till Solanke goes back. But the sad thing is we have to wait for him to get back into form. And that's the whole problem with us with these injury situations that, we're going to get these players back, but it's going to take them like a month or so for them to really get to where they were, especially like players like Madison and et cetera. So it's, but hey, hopefully we can solve that situation. So it's not to get on Richie too much. He's been able to knock in some goals these past couple of weeks. It's not, but it's just that he's not, for where we need to be, he's not the striker. Clearly he's just not. He doesn't have that kind of gravitas. He doesn't have that kind of ability, especially when it comes to like that kind of volley type shots that you need a striker to hit in the box. He just doesn't do that. He's very good sometimes in the air when it comes to headers, but no, when it comes to like being clinical, getting like those kind of goals, a lot of the goals he even scores is like after we're down like a goal or two. It's like almost like a confirmation goal. It's not even goals that's really taking us to win the game or anything like that to me. And I know that's, people going to disagree or whatever, say I'm being too harsh on him, but at the end of the day, he's not on the level that we need to be. That's just is what it is. But we paid a whole lot of money for him. That's the sad thing.
Stell, before you go on about Richard, I just want to add something before you obviously have your say on it.
I'm going to have to say I agree with Wes.
No, I know, but what I want to mention with this is, do we reckon, obviously, Richarlison is having to play every single game up front, like every single game, which is uncharted territory to him because of the injuries. Yes, he should have got a goal or two today, but is playing him every single game. And you've got to remember, Mawani is being more of a winger and not scoring. Yes, you would think if Solanke was there, maybe he would have taken a couple of them or been in a better position. Is playing Richarlison week in, week out, as much as we need to do it at the moment, could that be a hindrance as well for him, like for having performances like tonight, which the rub of the green didn't go for him?
Pick any top striker in world football in the last 50 years, they play pretty much every week.
I get that, but this is
Every week. Harry Kane played every week.
Yep.
He scored.
That's a different. Remember, we're talking apples and oranges here.
But we're talking about strikers. Good strikers, they want to play. Good footballers want to play. They don't want to be rested. They want to keep playing. For me, Richarlison, he'll get goals, maybe 10, 12 per year, but this club's been used to Berbatov, Defoe, Keane, Son, Kane, Klinsmann, Lineker. We can go on and on and on and on. Richie's nowhere near that level, not even close to that level. And that's the problem, because there'll be games where we need him to score that 6-yard shot that he misses. And that's the difference between a win and a draw or a loss. For now, we just got to go with him because we haven't really got anything else other than Mawani. Solanke's out until February. Scarlett, he's not going to get a look in. So really, Johnson's been ostracised. So it's either Richie or Mawani as a 9. And by the way, just so people know, I don't hate Richie. I don't despise him. I just, my standards, he doesn't meet those standards. That's what it is. He just doesn't meet those standards.
You know what it is? I think we all agree we need a better striker.
That's it.
There's no denying it. But at the moment, he's what we've got. And what was it? That stat, 17 goals in his last 24. Yes, it spans over a little while. I mean, Wes, coming back to you, if we had to start the Premier League game, or even, let's go back. If you wanted to see a different striker up front for this game, obviously Mawani was rested because of the knock and he came on. Would you put Matisse Tell up there? Or would you say, Mawani, you're going straight in there at the number 9, where he hasn't been amongst the goals, really, has he?
I like Mawani more on the wing. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I like him.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I like him more on the wing. I know he could play striker. Really, I wanted to see Johnson one time up top at striker because of how good he is with those kind of tap-ins, with those kind of volleying, kind of in the box kind of shots that he's good at following. He's good at following the ball. When a winger has, like when somebody like Kudus has the ball and they're going on transition, or even a Zavi going in like that, he's good at following at those corners inside the box. He's very good at he's an very good inbox scorer on Johnson. So I feel like he'll be perfect just to get those kind of goals that, a lot of times Richie sometimes misses or snuffs a lot, But then he'll have, it's so weird with Richarlison. He's such a weird player because then he'll score from the half mark of the pitch. And we'll be like, dang, where is that? Or he'll do a crazy good dribble move going past multiple players, and you're like, okay, where was that? We just don't see those moments. We don't see consistently all the time. And then it's not happening in moments where it wins us the game. It happens in moments after we pretty much lost the game. Like, you look at most of the goals these last couple of weeks, when we were down bad, like, it's when we were down bad. It was like a lot of it's just conciliation goals. It wasn't really goals that was going to help us like really come back and win the game or anything like that. It wasn't a game time goal or something, And that's no shot at them, but it's like a shot at them at the same time. Which hey, take that as you will. But it's just I'm kind of done seeing them. I'm just done seeing them because it's like, and I hated that we wasted pretty much $60 million on him. But strikers these days in modern football is expensive.
Wes, do you know what it is, right? If you say Kudus is a brilliant player, Xavi Simons is a quality player, Van der Ven is class, if you say all these things and then you say Richie's crap, everyone will remember that you said Richie's crap and forget all the players you've praised, right? It's weird. It's just the football fan world is like that. It's almost as if
it changes week to week.
I don't know. People just pick on. It's almost like you can't be critical of anything. You can't criticize or challenge anything. I think with Richarlison, if you were to say to any Spurs fan, can we win a league with Richarlison in number 9? You're going to struggle to find anyone that says yes.
Win the league, yeah, I completely agree.
Right, so the question then is, right, I'll ask you, Wes, and you, Brian, the question is, what is your ambition as a Spurs fan? Is it to challenge to get into Europe? Is it to maybe go on a cup run? Or is it to be back to what Pochettino did, who was challenging for leagues, challenging for Champions League, proper challenging? That's what you got to ask yourself as a
that happened
Spurs
in
fan.
his second season, didn't it?
Oh no! I'm not saying now.
Yeah.
If you want Spurs to be that team, is Richarlison your number 9? Show me a Spurs fan that says yes.
Yeah,
That's the basis of my argument.
yeah, and I agree. Again, I always think that as a club, historically, we've been more of a cup type of team. We've never been crazy with going league, but that's
true.
Of course, what the strategy we're trying to hit is starting to go back to doing that. We haven't did that since the early 50s, and then I think mainly we probably had a lot of good chances probably back in the 60s, and of course more recent, of course, is the Pochettino era, and that's about it. It's literally 50s, 60s was when we actually won the leagues in the early 50s. 60s we had chances, but we won a lot of European stuff, and then it was Pochettino era, and we just got close, and that was it. Other than that, it's been nothing but cups and European titles, which is great. So that's usually what we go for. But I feel like we still gotta, if we're talking about in that sense, we got to get back to consistently going for a lot of cups and stuff like that. To me, before we really start going after the league stuff. But of course, that's what you want to see immediately. It's just us, at least having a go at it. But yeah, Richarlison is not that kind of player. He's just not. I think Solanke is close to that, but it's just that he hasn't been on the field. Just hasn't been on the pitch because of one reason or other. Some of them with Udoji, I think everybody's saying he could be great to have, and he is usually pretty good when we have him. But then he'll get a knock, and then he's out for 2 weeks, and then he has to get back acclimated, and that takes away form and where we're going. So that's the Madison. He hasn't even been in any of our important games. Like if you really think about it, well, leading up to that Europa League final, he did great. I think we still got to give him praise for that. Leading up to the Europa League final, but then when we get to those kind of games, he's hurt or something like that, or if we're really looking like we're about to go somewhere, he'll get hurt, and then we're out of options when it comes to attacking or creative players, which we have so limited of. We literally only got Xavi, and that's about it. So it's just those kind of things that's like we have to really worry about. But when it comes back to the game, that it's a good game, but I'm more on how Stella is. I'm being level-headed of where we're at because it was Slavia Prague. And
what are you trying to say, Wes? That I'm going OTT and my judgment is a little bit cloudy because of my love of a certain manager. I think I'm very misunderstood. I think
you can love Frank.
I do.
But it's just I'm actually I've been like Stell, and a lot of people to get on me and Stell for being so we're so about everything, but it's only because we know we've seen this recycle so many times, and it just get at a point you just start being like, okay, why do you think the atmosphere is like how it is in the stadium? Everybody feels that way. We never know what we're going to get. It's never consistent. That's why everybody's saying, "Oh, Slavia Prague's fan base was dang, they were really up in the air, really jumping for joy." I'm like, yeah, because they support their team. They don't care that about the loot because I think they already know where they're at. But I think they just have a certain understanding of what their club is. For us, we get so many false narratives of what our club should be, and then we just get disappointed. And then that hurts us and how we support our team, even though we're so consistent in loving and supporting Spurs. But when we go, you look at that stadium, yeah, it was throughout that game, it was quiet. I'm not gonna lie, we weren't really going crazy. Yeah. Even though we're up 3 goals, you would think that everybody's still. I saw some empty seats really. Those last couple of minutes, I don't know if the traffic is just crazy and people just leave a little early when we look like we're about to just straight up win. I don't know what it is, but most of the time, other fan bases they would stay there until the final whistle and wait for the players to walk around, and clap and everything, and then they'll start heading out. We were leaving early, so it's so weird, but it's only because we've been getting so many false narratives of what our club should be and what standard we're going after.
Wes, let me ask you a question. Tonight we've obviously won. Our goal difference is quite good. Mm-hmm. We're knocking on the door of automatic qualification. With 2 games to go, Borussia Dortmund at home, Frankfurt away. Do you think we could get automatic qualification, or do you think it's just one step too much for us at the moment?
I have no idea because Dortmund and Frankfurt are no pushover teams. Like I know Frankfurt just lost to Barcelona, I think 2-1, but they were playing them pretty well. Dortmund is no team that we should be, of course, playing around with. So those are 2 actual serious type of clubs that we can't play around with. it's not going to be they're not going to be Slavia Prague. Like we're not going to be out here running the mill making because we made a lot of mistakes. If you look at the run of play, we made a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad passing. Again, we look like we couldn't string together 2 passes at certain points throughout that game, which is stuff that you do have to be critical of because that's just been a problem these last for some weeks now. But it's important that we start trying to get those creative juices going. So when we play teams like that, maybe we can have better passing and everything then. But those 2 teams in the pushovers, we really got to play well against them. And we actually got to attack, but we got to attack them. We got to attack players that are the teams that are on the same level as us or above. We got to be fearless. As you know, Frank said at the beginning of the season, you know, it's going to take us being fearless, and that's what it's going to take. We can't just sit back and be scared to go forward and have our attackers be wary to make a forward pass. Like it just can't happen. You know, so I love what I saw today, but we got to do the same mentality against teams that are probably just as good or better than us. And those two
So
teams,
is that automatic qualification or is it playoffs for you?
I can't tell because I don't know how we can play good and then we can't play good. And then, I don't know. It's so weird. It can go either way. Either way, I think we can get through. Even if we play playoffs, I think we can make it through. Even then, but it's just more games though that we don't need to play. So
Yeah,
of
it's
course,
two more games.
Yeah, I want automatic because it's just easier on our players.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
of course, I'm always going to go Spurs. So I'm gonna say automatic, but I know those 2 games are going to be.
Now you just need to go
They're gonna be
choo-choo,
frustrating.
Wes. I need to hear
Yeah,
a
they're going to be
choo-choo.
frustrating. Y'all know how it goes. It's going to be frustrating. It's just going to happen. Like it's going to be like, oh, we should probably win this an easy 2-1. Nah, it's going to. You'll be surprised.
Well, Wes, it's always a pleasure speaking to you, buddy, and we will speak to you again very soon, my man.
See you guys. Yeah, come on
Take care,
Spurs.
brother. Cardi Spurs. I have to say.